Welcome back. I'm Rob Lang and this is my co-op exploration game, Clomper. This week, this happened. I've had one of those weeks where I couldn't really remember what I did, but I know I did a lot of stuff, so I had to look back through my code commits and my notes, and I discovered that the thing that I did this week were valves. Yes, the valves are finally here. Now, the way the valves work isn't exactly how steam pressure actually works. As you can see here, the steam runs along the pipe here, and it's about 98.8 there, and then it comes up to the valve and it's completely closed, so the steam is 0. If I hover over and press E, then I get half the steam going through. Now, as KPAC on my TIG forums blog pointed out, that I'm sort of not really treating steam like steam, because the pressure would go through, it would build up on this side, and this is not how steam works at all. I'm sort of treating it as water, but I know that I'm doing this and it is for fun. I should have mentioned that in my last blog, so sorry about that. So if I open it up once more, we get all the steam going through. Now, the joy of that is that I have more control over the amount of steam going into this leg here, because I can put 2 in series and then I can open up each one to half. And if you have each one at half, then you only get a quarter of the steam going through. And that makes for a lot more control going in there. Now, the reason for putting the valves in was to allow us to steer the grabber more accurately. Now, linking up the grabber, as you can see here, is actually starting to make the game look more like a puzzle, which I'm very happy with. This would get a lot easier when we have different types and shapes of pipes, but for now you have to do some quite ingenious designs just to get steam in to all the different connections you've got on here. So you've got fore and aft, and you've got port and starboard. So if I turn one of these handles here, then it moves in one direction, and you can see the claw has reached the limit of its movement, so you can still see it. Still see your catch just there. It's just reached one limit, and we can bring it back into the middle. And this is why I don't like the controls very much. So I'm going to probably have to bring it a little bit more, and I'm probably now missed it. Yeah, the controls are just not very good. I'm going to fix these. So now we're properly lined up with the scrap there in the middle, and if we pull the handle here, the claw will now descend and it will grab the scrap when it connects it. Or not. There we go. And now we've grabbed the scrap, we can now pull it back up. And it's very difficult to see it being pulled back up because we don't really have many references on the ground, but I do know that it's moving. And now we're up above the clouds. Now, the next step that we're going to have after this is having a bucket which the claw will put the scrap into. And let's pop over to Unity to see that. So once you have grabbed your scrap, let's imagine the scrap that's down here on the floor is currently up inside the claw. We'll have this bucket here on the left hand side. It will move across underneath the claw, and then the scrap will drop into the bucket and then it will move it aside. And then the scrap, which is the resource for making things in the later version of the game, that will then be added to a store. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please hit a thumbs up, and if this has given you any ideas that might help me out, please do leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more, then hit subscribe. Have a good one. Bye bye.